I know it's hard to tell, but that was not an actual clip from the film. The CGI, it's better in the movie. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my review of Jurassic World Rebirth. And yeah, I looked all over the house for like freaking dinosaur props. Couldn't find anything except for these guys. Batman, slasher flicks, Star Wars. I got that coming out of my ass. But no, dinosaurs? Yeah, no. And my Jurassic World Rebirth review is spoiler free. And I'm going to be reviewing it and rating it using my super sophisticated 5-star rating system that is definitely not prehistoric. You could tell it's advanced. I mean, obviously. And just for a moment, I really want to thank you guys because I've been hitting my channel hard lately, and dude, it's just freaking starting to grow. And I'm like, wow, I love every single one of your comments. I appreciate you guys. So speaking from the heart, for what it's worth, I respect this franchise. This is the 7th film. I'll admit, when the first one came out, I was at that age that was like, okay, too old to be obsessed with dinosaurs, but also don't have a kid yet to go to the movies with. So I did like the movie. I didn't run out and buy the t-shirt right away, but I love watching these movies. And as much as some people didn't like Jurassic World, I love that too. I thought Fallen Kingdom was a step back, and Dominion, by the time I finished watching that film, I already forgot what it was about. So I'm happy to tell you guys that Jurassic World Rebirth is a big step forward by going back to the basics, even though it might be a little too basic sometimes. And one reason I didn't like the last 2 entries was because the dinosaurs were everywhere. They were Starbucks ordering shit. They were freaking, delivering Amazon packages. Like, it's like, where are you gonna go from here? Jurassic World Rebirth, without going into details, comes up with a great reason that we're back to an isolated section. And dinosaurs aren't freaking everywhere now. So it's cool. And when this story for Jurassic World is intimate and isolated, it's just better that way. And yeah, the storyline here might sound a little familiar because a team has to go to an area they're not supposed to go to retrieve something from dinosaurs. Family is there, and Jurassic shit happens. And Jurassic shit needs to happen. If not, we don't have a movie. So yeah. Jurassic World Rebirth is directed by Gareth Edwards, who shows again, because he did 2014's Godzilla, he shows that he knows how to do a big scale action. And this movie has some great scenes. The CGI here is freaking fantastic, bro. Like, this franchise never screws up the CGI, and the action scenes are awesome. There's not a ton of them. If you've only seen 1 or 2 trailers, stop watching the clips, dude. Just go into the movie, because they actually show parts of every single action scene. And I'm like, why would you do that? My favorite is one that, no detail, has a T-Rex. He's in freaking half the trailers. That action scene is badass, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Why? Because I don't want to spoil your viewing experience. Yeah, we have a star-studded cast, and really 2 groups. We have our special ops group, which is freaking led by Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, 2 actors that I love to death, bro. Scarlett Johansson, I've been liking her way before the MCU. She's way more than Black Widow to me. And Mahershala Ali, bro, go watch The Green Book, and you're welcome. He's great in everything, which is why it's confusing that this entire team feels generic as bro, some of the dialogue, wow. This script gets way out of its way to let you know that Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are old friends that have a history together. They're trying to like make it like her and like Hawkeye, but you don't feel it. You don't believe it at all. And it's not Mahershala Ali. He's acting great. He's owning the role. Scarlett Johansson is just off, dude. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because they casted her as a special ops mercenary with a big heart who wants to do the right thing. Sound familiar? Yeah. She's been playing that for a while. So it almost feels like Black Widow was filming an MCU movie and walked onto the wrong set, and then the director was like, bro, just jump in here, we're gonna film you anyway. And she's like, okay, and she's just Black Widow in the jungle with dinosaurs. That's what it freaking feels like. Like, there's a scene where she's like says, oh, nice rocket. And when she said rocket, I'm thinking there's a raccoon that's gonna talk, that's gonna jump out of somewhere with like a space gun. Yeah, it's like that. But part of it isn't her fault, because some of the words that come out of her mouth, man, like somebody wrote that into a script and told her to say it. No wonder she's sleepwalking through half the fucking movie. 3rd act of the movie, I believed her as the character. But that's the 3rd act. That's not good. And the directing kind of screwed her a little bit because she's doing some weird stuff. I know it sounds stupid, but when you watch it, you'll get it. There's a scene, okay, they have like those, like, you know, the electrified barriers that were just like 3 cables. Well, the power's out in the silent, so they don't work anymore. But she found a need to have to cut the middle cable in a space that my fat ass can get through. And she's doing it while saying this weird monologue And she's having a hard time cutting it too. Well, the thing is, it was when you see it, you're like, why'd you cut the cable? You just could have gone through the thing. And to add to it, they go through those things like 10 more times. They never cut the cable again. It was just the director said, hey, cut that cable while you talk. Okay. It was just weird. It was weird. Thankfully, there's a family in this movie as well. You feel them. Yes, even though one of them, you want them to get killed by a dinosaur every fucking 10 seconds until, there's a character arc. But yeah, it's you feel the family. You feel the emotion. There's a little girl in this family. Dude, this character is going to have PTSD if they survive. I say if they survive because no spoilers. Yeah, if she ever sees an episode of Barney, she's probably going to pee her pants considering what she's been through. Luckily, we also are introduced to another character. Her name is Doris. And every time I saw her walk on screen, I could see the Target price tag on her because I'm like, okay, that's going to be on sale on toy shelves. Yes. And that family really is the heart of this film. But they did try to show a little bit of heart with the dinosaurs too, with a really touching scene of like dinosaurs just being affectionate towards each other and showing that, they are living things too in this movie. Even though they started to get a little too close and I was wondering, are we going to make this a completely different type of movie? Like, are you going to kiss the PG-13 goodbye? There's a guy standing under the dinosaurs and I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, bro, you better move because shit might get messy. Thankfully it didn't, and you could still bring your kids to this. Yes. But listen, there is some awesome stuff here. The first hour of this movie is basically like prehistoric Jaws, like dinosaur Jaws, but not like a sci-fi movie crap. There's some great scenes, some definite natural selection. If somebody says like, oh, the seas are ours now and starts shooting freaking 80-foot freaking creatures, yes. What are you doing? You're not going to be in another sequel, that's for sure. But there's some definite close calls and awesome scenes. The second half of the film is on land and it's also exciting as well. Even though I will say this is familiar. There's so much, this is a very familiar film. Hired gun, check. Creepy corporate guy, check. Doctor, check. Family, check. But they do try to mix it up. Raptor scene in a small space, check, but not raptors. Again, I'm not spoiling anything because this is in all the trailers. T-Rex scene, check. Like, there's so many checks. It's like, bro, I've seen this movie a few times in this franchise. But it is nice to see it, though, still. And I wasn't always correct because, no detail, these movies tend to have a certain thing happen towards the very end of them. And I had this movie totally figured out where I was like, here's this action scene that's coming in 3, 2, 1. And the movie surprised me. It wasn't there. Which actually, unfortunately, led to kind of an anticlimactic ending where you're like, I kind of wanted more. But listen, guys, in the end, Jurassic World Rebirth, for fans of this franchise, they're going to like it, man. If you want to go have a good time, have dinosaurs popping out everywhere, and yeah, it's good. You don't hate the film. It just really doesn't have anything different or special, but it's still cool. But guys, what did you think about Jurassic World Rebirth? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like, subscribe, and whatever to all this stuff that I have. And thanks for watching.